Well, hey there, it's super early in the morning on the last day of February 2021. It's February 28th. Let's talk about an enormous day on Saturday with 96 games, and then we're going to do a look over on Sunday. There's, I think, like 8 or 10 games in there already. There's really not a huge schedule on Sundays, so we'll be able to at least go through and make one pick, I guess, from what we have already here at this hour, even though there will be an update for subscribers tomorrow. So go and follow the link in the description and go subscribe for March and all the madness that will ensue. There's going to be a lot of stuff going on. You can subscribe for the whole month and actually through the end of the season in the tournament is what that subscription is. So let's talk about the day. I don't want to say weird, just a lot of data to go through here. The underdogs got worse later at night here, but we still went 13-10 on them. I'm sorting this by margin, by regular margin here. I'm doing this descending by margin, which is supposed to be the normal order of like the best team we have against the worst team. So when it came to our underdogs, this is phenomenal. I mean, if you just said bet underdogs, you had an amazing day if you did this. A lot of away teams there, but that's not, we would have looked at all games and it wasn't as good. We were only 56-40, and we need to look at what this spread number, because there's a spread cover number. Here's the way we need to look at this is our point projections are supposedly getting better, and I have seen some good things. They're not obviously always right, but doing this descending by spread cover, there's supposed to be wins up here. There's a bunch of losses here with huge spreads, though. I can't ever think someone's going to win by 22-17. Like, I just want to remove those. They're just unbettable, in my opinion. Anything more than, I want to see even more than like 8, right? So I think what needs to happen here is, but that's not totally true. Like, I took West Virginia today, and West Virginia covered, and they were good. Where are they? They were supposed to cover only by 6 or something, right? They're going to be somewhere here. So there's a lot to talk about. There's so many games. I didn't really watch any more. A little bit, a tiny bit, but not much. West Virginia was a big one. We said to take Y because they had a strong power percentage, and they did cover. They won by 22. So I'm torn on this sort being the best. It's obviously not the best way to look at this. There's another way to look at this, and there's a way to prune this. And that's what I think Tanya is supposed to be sophisticated in figuring out what to do. She put the notebook away. She's happy. What else is she doing? What else is Tanya doing here to get creative? Let's think about this. This is why I'm personifying the different ways that you have to look at a list. Because on a day when there's 94 games, yes, looking at the underdogs was helpful. That's one of them. But what about looking at just comparatively? Oh, am I spelling her name wrong? Tania? All right. So what is she doing? She's going to be... I do like this one. I like this one a lot. This is kind of what's going on. We need to figure out different filters that we want to have on so that this looks really like narrow for only the best factors, and I guess underdogs is going to be part of this, but I don't always want it to be underdogs. But that's what happened here. This was actually a really good day. A lot on the spread. Why? What else about this list? But let's not just focus on this list. We'll get to the underdogs in a second, but something has to do with power strength. You don't ever want to be taking bad teams. So my cutoff on percentages, let's say that a team that's I'll go down all the way down to 30. So I'll open it up to more than that. More than a 30% team. I'll make it 35. All right, 35% team. Leaves 44 teams. We went 23-21, 19-25. So this will kind of tell you the difference between, did you just have a really lucky day, Or is the algorithm really doing something well? And here's what I mean. Watch what happens when we hit the underdogs now. We were only 5-5, 7-3 on the spread. See, so we had a lot of bad teams that beat other super bad teams, and that's just because we're making a lot of picks. So I'm actually not so excited about the underdogs, which is okay for what we're doing here. All right, now we're looking at stronger teams. Now we want to prune this list so that we get a lot of winners, and we get them in order. Okay, and as you can see, we have a lot of losses, especially on the spread here. Well, we have no home bump, and you can see that there's some losses here. There's a ton of away losses here. All right, so look at this. A lot of away losses. Let's resort our margin real quick to see what our home bump situation was. So I had no home bump, meaning I was just saying it's an even matchup between teams. It doesn't matter who's home and who's away. When we go down and we look at the descending margin here, and especially when we look at all games, we're going to open this up to all games. So we had a ton of games. We can see that all the way down here, especially when we look at just our away teams, this is the way you can answer what the home bump should have been, is look at the away teams and see where the away teams go from sporadically winning to just losing all the time if it goes in that order. And as you can see that a lot of these away teams had terrible days. Lots and lots of losses, but there is a string of wins here at the margin of 9%. So these are still away teams that are winning. And then it falls apart for the most part. This is too much losing right here. And even to here, and even to here, but not to here. So it looks like it's right around 9%. And I have talked about a 9% bump a lot. Yep, that's where it is. So that would have made you go... That would have made you go 62-34 and still 40-56 on the spread, though. Because you still lose a lot of these games on the spread down here. Here's some more away teams losing. How bad does this look with the away teams, actually? There's this chunk. This is a nasty chunk right here, actually. See, it's like either there's a 9% bump, a 20% bump, because that also seems to do it. I mean, look at how bad this is. It was actually, I mean, really, if you did 100% home bump, you would have had a better day today. Then you would have only had you'd have 0 away teams, and all your home teams went 65-31. Jesus, unbelievable. That's funny. You would have, if you bet on every home team with the spread given, you would have gone 57-39. And on the spread, and he would have gone 65-31, and this is what it would have looked like. And that's all home teams. That's pretty fascinating. Home team Saturday, huh? Well, because what our record actually was, instead of 65-31 and 57-39, our record was 56-40 and 42-54. I mean, that is huge difference, and it's just for picking the home team. So, and other ways of looking at it, well, how good did Vegas do on? I mean, I can check that out and just do. We can sort this by money line. I mean, it's going to be choppy. Let's just do ascending by money line real quick. And Vegas, I mean, Vegas had a ton of these too. My battery's going dead. Oh god, it was just a nasty day for everyone. Yeah, I'm running out of battery, I know. All right, well, if I'm running out of battery, you guys have got to see what today's games are that we have in here for Sunday already. Sorry, I'll talk forever about analytics and how to go through the numbers to figure out if we can draw any conclusions of things. Let's just talk about today real fast. Of course, there'll be an update on Sunday. I was doing it because I wanted to try to draw some conclusions out of this, and right now we're going to sort back by margin again. This is the way we are used to seeing this, and it's supposed to make more sense this way. And of course, there isn't a reasonable money line in sight except for a couple away underdogs with no bump and no margin. Yuck. How about this, though? Villanova, Butler, 26-12, 770, though. Oh, my God. This is, I guess, the only thing that's a possibility is Memphis away at Cincinnati, because Cincinnati supposedly is injured a little bit. And you got to take 3 points, though. Ugly day with what's here. Maryland at home against Michigan State. Michigan State's pretty good there, right? But they're not Michigan. Michigan's much better than Michigan State. Because with no home bump, Maryland's still got a 10% margin here, only minus 141. This one says that Maryland's got, spread cover is 3 because we think they're going to win. Yeah, okay. This is the one. It's Maryland at home, hopefully healthy enough. We'd have to dig through the injury report real fast while we still have battery just to see what those injuries are on Maryland. Shoulder game time decision. All right, so that's not like anything that's looking all that bad. I don't know how good Daryl is there, but he seems all right. So I'm thinking that is actually the play from what I see here. Reasonable line. We have them winning by point projections. They're a strong team. We think they cover the spread by 3, so you take a minus 2.5 at even money, too. That's what we're saying is acceptable to do. All right. That is your update for college basketball for Saturday night, rolling into Sunday. Good luck, everybody. May your picks be winning. There aren't too many more games than this tomorrow, so it should be a lighter day. We'll talk hockey next. All right, good luck.